Alright, you see this, the reconstructed birthplace. If you want, you can read this. Not sure why that's so crooked. And then that's Johnson when he was 6 months old. That's him and Billy Graham, who you know recently died, right there in front of the house. I'll show you in a second. And then right here, this was Johnson's grandparents that actually built this house originally. This is him and his family. That's him and his wife right there in the middle. That's the house from what it looked like way back then. That's it today. So there you go. We're going to go over to that and check it out. So let's walk that way and we'll look at it in a minute. Okay, so you can see we've come up a little walkway area here. We're close to the house now. There's the flag that's out in front of it. Got several benches around here and there. And you can see on this side, the chimney, fireplace and all. So, as they said, once he rebuilt this house, if you read that. Alright, so I've been having some trouble with some files on this thing. See if it records now, but we're behind the house now. So there's only 2 rooms in there that you can look at through plexiglass. That I'm sure was an old outhouse. That's a bell there. And this looks to be turned into bathrooms that are padlocked, and there's drinking fountains here. So other than that, not much here. But then again, I guess there are bathrooms back there. So you can see the spread of the land out here. The house again. So can't see too much, but we will go on and look at some other stuff. Alright, so here now, we just left that birthplace home, and this over here with all these gorgeous trees is the Johnson family cemetery. I know you can't read it, but this sign over here in this corner actually says exactly that. It says private, do not enter. So I guess we cannot get in, but I just want to show you that it does say Johnson Family Cemetery right there. And let's see, I have no idea where he's buried. That might be one of the big ones there. We'll look and see. There's that on the gate. Private, please do not enter. They got it chained. And here you go. Generations of Johnsons. Haha. So Ladybird is on the left. Johnson's on the right. So they're going to be those 2 big ones. Let's see. Always hard telling this thing, but right there, it's going to be them. Ladybird to the left with that flower, which makes sense. See that flower? That's on her tombstone. And that presidential still, of course, is on his. So you can see he was born August 27th of 1908 and died January 22nd of 1973. So he'd only been 64 years old. And then there's that saying there. It's probably done when he was dead, I guess. So, but that would be the gravestones. I'll go down here between these trees. Yeah, and then you can see framed about perfectly between those 2 trees, those 2 biggest headstones. Like I said, she's on the left and he's over there on the right. So there's that. And let's just go look at these 3 signs, see what we got. Mr. Jellybean. Well, they're not talking about Reagan. It was Mr. Reagan that was Jellybean. Oh, he gave candy to children, and kids called him Mr. Jellybean. A More Perfect Society, which was an absolute and total lie. And it was based on simply enslaving the blacks to the Democratic Party. The river runs through it. That'll be the Pedernales there. In fact, that tells you that right there, in fact. So you can read those 2 things. And you can see, if you don't know this area, you can see a map there and see where all this stuff is laid out at. And I'll give you a big overview of it, get that sun out of it. There you go. So let's go on, see what else we can see. Alright, so out here you can see it's a herd of buffalo. Not too many of them, but this is the last thing that I'll be showing you on the LBJ Ranch. And we're going to be leaving here and we're going to go to Blanco State Park. That'll be our third and final thing of the day. So here, I can do this, and I can tell you this one thing. That is a bunch of bull. What do you think? I love buffalo, one of my favorite animals. Bye, guys. Okay, so I'm driving down the road. You know, I just left the LBJ Park, and I'm going down to Blanco State Park and town. And I run across this. This is one thing I run across, okay? Just to show you that I'm here. There it is. How crazy is that, right? You see all these goats here. They're around it. That's pretty crazy. Let me show you another thing. Alright, so you see that? This is right across the road. A yellow truck with a big metal rooster on it. And a small palm tree. How crazy is that, huh? Competing neighbors or something? I don't know. But there's that. And just to show you, right across the road is that. And there goes the goats. So here. Just get me in it. There. I'm in it. I'm a part of it. You see that? There's the truck. This ain't trick photography. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's move on. Alright, so welcome to Blanco State Park. You can read this. Pause like always. Get all that you want. So that's talking about this building right here. This picnic pavilion. I mean, it's alright by itself. Out here it's nice. Got these archways here. The stone, of course, built out of limestone. Obviously is nice. But it's the reason why I'm sharing this with you. Those arches are okay, but here's the big thing. You see that? That's a fireplace. And this thing, along with these 3 arches right here. Yep, we got them all. So, this is the fireplace. And just to show you its height, check that out. Pretty tall, pretty big. This is what the remainder of the building looks like looking back that way. So, if you come out here, you see they got all this stone on the ground out here. And over here is the river. Now, sadly, the really big thing that drew me here is supposed to be right over there in that cove where those kids and stuff are. It's a really, really nice waterfall they always show in their picture. The only problem is there's not a bit of water on it. So, very heartbreaking. We walked a little trail over there, and when I say little, I mean honestly, the whole thing might have been a 4-minute round trip at most. It was a third of a mile. So, wasn't good. So I just want to show you this part and we'll take it from there. Okay, so You see we've made it over here to the Caswell Nature Trail. This is a whopping 0.65 walking trail. It's a loop, and the whole thing is 0.65 of a mile. Okay, so basically 2/3 of a mile, and that's it. And like I told you, we walked the other one that's on the other side of the river, and it literally is about 1/3 of a mile, the whole thing back in and out. I mean, it honestly didn't take us 5 minutes to do the whole thing, so I didn't even give you anything on that. But I thought that pavilion was nice that I shared with you, and that overlook there. And this trail, I don't know if there's anything even worth sharing on this trail or not, but we're going to find out. So just want to have something to show you from Blanco State Park. So stick with me and we'll see what we can find. Okay, so as we're walking along Caswell Trail, then you can see we've come to this where these branches all kind of interconnect together and make like a nice tunnel walking down through here. So I thought I'd share this part with you. As you can tell here, it's very shady. Little sunspots like this, but then again you can see plenty of shade. There is a nice breeze. It actually feels really, really good because of this shade and that breeze. So for this part of it, we like this trail, even though it's short, but it's extremely comfortable, and you can see it's flat, easy to walk, no big deal. So something else, at least of a little bit of interest, I could bring you from Blanco State Park. And if I run across anything else, we'll take a look at that. So I'll see you then. All right, so you can see the trail now goes off to the left. We have discovered that this trail will loop back by the river down here. So let's head down this way and show you this part of it. Just a little bit of a downhill. Oh yeah, and there's a dam over there. If we can see it, you can see there's some water, if you can see it. There's two little waterfalls coming off of it. It's just hard to get it through all of this stuff. Oh, okay. I think she's right. Yeah, I think we can actually get down to the dam. So here we go. Let's go down here. Yeah, I can go several ways maybe. Tell you what, let me do this. There's a couple of vantage points that I can see. There we go. See the little waterfalls out there, and that's the dam. Runs across there, so there's that. All right. Yeah, so I got a pretty good shot of it actually there.
It doesn't say not to walk on it.
Well, I don't really want to walk on it, but what I do want to do is just get right here. Okay, so now here, this is right across the dam. You can see the water, it's being held back right there. The water looks pretty gross over here. And of course, straight up there, hopefully you can see, is those two little waterfalls coming off of it. But again, that's a straight shot right across the whole dam right there. Let me do it like so. And there you go. Okay, so you got to see that. Let's head on and see this part of the trail. So this is a mixture of sun and shade here. Well, here's some geese going crazy. Okay, so when we were walking up the other trail, it's up there beyond. You see this crazy tree with this big L? So I got a picture that I might share with you. We'll see. But thought that was kind of interesting. Right here, you see this little branch that's going right down to the very tip of the water like it's getting a drink. And then you got the big trees across the river over there. Pretty nice. And then right up here, we got us a little bridge. I'll show you that. Alright, so right here's the start of the bridge. They got some rocks wired in there and up there. Keep all this from falling down, I guess. And that's it for the bridge. So that'll be that for this. If we're going to cross anything else in this very short walk, I'll definitely be sure to share that with you too. Alright, so we've been walking along here just a little bit. You see this tree and these roots? These things are going like every direction, literally, and bending and up and down. I mean,
Yeah, there's
they're
that
crazy.
rock right underneath of it.
And then as you look up the tree itself, you see how it branches out in like literally 10 directions. And right on up overhead. So, just thought that was interesting. And as I was pointing out right there at the bottom of the roots is a gigantic rock. Like I guess it's pushing that rock out, you know, slowly as it grows. So, just thought that was interesting enough to bring to you. And just to show you, we're literally walking right beside the river. So this little loop trail does loop right down to it. So again, anything else interesting, and we'll bring her to you. Okay guys, we finished up with the Blanco State Park, so I wanted to just give you a proper finish for and didn't want to just end it with where I left it on that trail. So we've come to downtown Blanco, looking around the little square, but for me, I'm shooting something for you to share with you to close out this vlog. Something is pretty nice, and yes, it's that. That's the courthouse. Is that not a pretty building? I think it is, and I think it's a good way to close this vlog out. And hope you've enjoyed it. I brought you quite a bit today. We've done a lot today. It's been a full, busy day. It's been a really good day, though. Really enjoyed it. So just finish you out with this beauty right here. Show you just a little bit of it. You can see it looks the same on all four sides except for shade, of course, I believe, but it's good with the flag and all there. So as you can see, beautiful day. There is some clouds over here. So hope you've enjoyed this one. So stick with me and I'll bring you something again next Friday. If you like this one, please give it a thumbs up, share it, comment, subscribe if you haven't. I would appreciate that. Recommend me to anybody that you can, because I'm definitely wanting to grow this channel. It's growing very slowly and getting very few views, honestly. So I would certainly appreciate anything you can do to help me out. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye now.